Welcome, anyone, to the Gaming Chamber podcast, a special edition podcast talking about the obvious Switch reveal. I'm your host, Everett, aka Two Beasts to Kill You, aka the Beast with the Least. I know it's been a long time, but I am back and better than ever, and with my co host, Devin.
You suck, Everett.
Okay, JJ. Okay, JJ. And right back
What?
to where we
He's
were.
died.
Huh?
Yeah, yeah. No, what Devin said was kind of rude, so I don't want to say anything because I can top that. I can top that.
Oh my God. Yeah, so it's been what? We haven't released anything in a few weeks or whatever it was, couple weeks. I've
Yeah,
been,
because you've been a loser.
yeah,
Hmm.
I've been a loser. I've been in the process of moving, so
No, you
didn't have
you
my
you
computer with
were
me.
you were just saying no. You were just saying you're gonna try to scam people out of wildfire money. That's what you were telling me a little bit ago.
Well, that was part of it too. I was setting up a donation fund for the wildfires, and I was going to run off to I don't know any countries that was it Sweden still not have extradition? I don't know. Maybe China, I guess. They don't do extradition, right? Or I don't know. I don't. A place that doesn't do extradition. Wait, where was that hacker dude or the guy who released all the like the government files? He went to Sweden, right? Do you guys
I have no
remember?
clue. Uh,
Like, no, you're talking about Snowden, that
Snowden.
guy?
That yeah, Snowden. He went to like Sweden, right?
I mean, your guess is as good as fucking mine.
I don't know. He went somewhere where yeah, he couldn't be extradited. So, anyways, that's I'm kidding, government. If you're listening in, I'm kidding. I would never scam anybody out of any
He's
money.
winking right now. He's
I'm
winking.
wink, wink. Oh wait, you're not supposed to say wink, right? When you're winking. Anyways, so yes, yeah, it's been a while. Haven't done a podcast in a bit, but obviously this is a special occasion. I had to get my computer and set everything up. I don't even have my headset. I forgot my headset. I'm using this cheap mic, so if I don't sound great, it is what it is. But like I said, had to talk about the Switch reveal. Just had to. Um, what is the date? It is so Nintendo revealed. I mean, there was leaks beforehand. So they just basically just said, yeah, here's the trailer as of January 16th, 2025. That's when they released it. Uh, I guess let's start off with your initial thoughts first. JJ, we'll go with you.
um, it kind of just seemed like kind of cool with like the controller, but it kind of looks the same. We kind of, but again, we did kind of think it was kind of just be like a little bit of an upgrade. Nothing like too wow crazy.
Yeah, it looks similar, basically. Like it looks like just yeah.
Like an upgrade, yeah, for sure. Hence the Switch 2. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Which actually I'm very surprised that they went with Switch 2. I did think that they were gonna go with like, because I mean Nintendo doesn't have like a naming convention that's like, oh, this is what it is. Because I mean, we've had the Nintendo Entertainment System, then there was the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, but then they had the Nintendo 64, then they had the GameCube, and then the Wii, but then they did have the Wii U, now the Switch. So it could have been anything. The Switch 2 does seem a little weird. I was kind of hoping for a Super Switch, but hey, you take what you can get. Devin, what about you? What about your initial thoughts on the reveal?
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, like from the like images, it looks like the Joy Cons might be a little bit better. Just my, I guess, kind of hopes they look better. So hopefully there'll be less stick drift or Joy-Con drift when we get these, but we'll see. But
We'll
yeah, I mean, it
see.
looks good. I mean, like, it looks nice.
Yeah, my initial thoughts are I like the way it looks. Yeah, obviously it's big. I knew it was going to be bigger because it's going to be more powerful. There's some rumors. I guess we could talk about that later, but there's some rumors about how powerful it might be. But I do like that they were like, you know what, let's just go with a black console, like for the Joy-Cons or whatever. Like they still have the color like little variances in it, like to show you which one's the blue one and the red one or whatever. But like, it's
Mm.
just black Joy-Cons or grayish or whatever, which I'm more of a fan of because I've never been a fan of like the colored Joy Cons because it just kind of clashes when you have like a black Xbox and a black well, not a black PS5, but like a PS5 with the black plates or whatever.
Yeah, or just like the Black Entertainment Center.
Yeah,
Then it kind of clashes.
yeah, and then they have these blue and red Joy Cons or something, or if I mean, I know you can buy black or gray Joy Cons, but or you could get consoles that have it, but like those are not the main ones. Everyone goes for, or not everyone goes, but like that's what they mainly sell, those specific colorations of the Joy Cons. But yeah, no, I like the way it looked. It looked cool. There was obviously some interesting stuff. Um, yeah, it's I'm excited. And 2025, right? Like it's coming out this year.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, excited.
probably gonna be either it's obviously gonna be September to like I would say November because they're gonna want to get it in the holiday release.
you know what? We'll talk about that, like speculations and stuff. Like as our segment afterward. I do want to get into some of the things that we do know and some of the things we kind of know. So like in the trailer, they showed it looks like there's going to be a new Mario Kart game.
Yeah,
So
it looks like there's 24
24 players.
spots.
Yeah. So I know you guys have to be at least excited, right? I know you guys are at least more Mario Kart fans than I am.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mario
no,
Kart's a
Mario
chill
Kart's cool.
game. Yeah, I think Mario Kart's kind of like those games that kind of everybody has because it's just like everybody can play. Doesn't matter. It's an easy, quick game to play. Kind of Wii Sports when you got a Wii. One of the
Yeah, yeah.
necessary games to have for
Mhm.
any parties.
Yeah, it's just because yeah, like if I don't know, yeah, like JJ said, like anybody can play it. So if fucking like I don't know, your relatives come over and they have like a 6-year-old kid, like you can play with them, or like you can play, like just anybody can play, like anybody can play Mario Kart. It's not like there's no like learning requirements. Like you move the button and like you move the stick and you press
I
one
mean,
button and you can go. It's
like
not hard.
what is it called? It's the last one was just Mario Kart 8, right? Like that's what it's just called.
Yeah, then
Um,
I think it's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and they released it.
yeah,
And then the one thing I do like about like Mario Kart and what I hope they're going to continue with 9 is, or if they call it like something else, like Mario Kart World or Mario Kart Super or whatever they want to call it when it comes out, they would just release essentially map packs for it instead of like making it an annual release. They make it so like you only have to buy it once and then you can like just buy the content map for it. And I really like that. I like that about what they did
Yeah,
with
with the
it.
8. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really cool. And just seeing like all the old school maps, and that's the way to just bring all the other ones back in the game. Yeah, like you said.
Mhm.
no, yeah. So I mean, that looks like that'll probably be obviously a launch title.
Yeah.
Maybe could be possibly just like a Switch 2 exclusive. We'll get into uh what kind of games will be played on the Switch 2. Um, yeah, that was the game that they showed for the actual console. But they showed obviously what the console looked like. So one of the things that I was like, oh wow, that's interesting, is there's going to be two USB-C ports. One on the bottom, obviously for just docking it, and the dock looks similar enough. There's more rounded edges, I guess, but one on top, I'm very like kind of surprised, I guess, like why they would add it. But I do kind of get it at the same time because the Switch and inevitably the Switch 2 is meant to be like, yeah, played on the TV, but also played on the road. So like,
Yeah.
maybe you want to charge it while you're playing
Yep.
it.
That's one thing I hated about the original Switch is like if you're like trying to charge it, like when I was playing on like airplanes and you're like charging it, the charge cord's on the bottom is kind of annoying.
Yeah, like if you want to kind of maybe you're even laying down, you got to charge it.
Well,
You
because
can't
you
really
can't
like,
dock. Well, because then you can't like it doesn't. The stand is useless. Like you can't like use the stand feature. Like it has to be in handheld mode. You can't
yeah.
like use the Joy Cons like separately and stuff. So I think they realized that.
Yeah, so I mean that's pretty cool to be able to charge it. If I mean, I'm assuming that's what it is. For all we know, it's wrong. It's meant for something else or whatever. But yeah, to be able to charge it that way, so it's easier. Yeah, like to stand it, like put it in stand mode or whatever, use a stand, which looks a little different. I don't know. I'm probably wrong on this. It looks like it might not be so sturdy. I kind of like the OLED Switch dock or not dock stand.
Yeah.
I like that a
I mean,
lot better.
if it's still like yeah, like I want like you get your hand on it because yeah, I mean it's just like now it's just like an outline instead of it being like a solid piece. So that'll be interesting to see how like if it is like you're saying if it's as strong as the other ones. We'll
Mhm.
find out, I guess.
Because the docking station, right, is obviously the old one's not gonna work because it's bigger.
Well, I mean, that might not be true. Like, it might. I don't know. You never know. Maybe like old docking, like Switch One docking stations still work. Because I'm assuming, I don't know. I'm assuming that like the docks never were that important for like the performance of the console. It was just a means to put the picture on the screen. But I don't know.
Yeah. But I wonder if this dock is gonna actually do like unless this dock actually does something or if it requires more power for whatever reason or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because obviously the Switch 2 is going to be more powerful than the original Switch, but and then so also too what we see in the reveal trailers, the way the new Joy Cons, the way they connect, because like the other ones had like kind of slid in, these ones are gonna like kind of just like I guess click in would be the best way to say it. It looks weird, like
Yeah.
there's like the little um like connection piece that sticks out from the console for the Joy Cons. I don't know, I kind of don't like that. That seems like it could possibly get broken maybe a little too easily because I don't know, especially for like obviously parents are gonna buy this for their kid, buy this console for their kids and stuff. This it just looks a little like that little little I don't know which connector that sticks out from the actual console. Looks like it could probably be a bad choice. I don't know. But I mean, they're supposed to be magnetized, right? That was like in the leaks. They're like more magnetized.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah, they're they're magnetized, which is cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, so yeah. Um, and then the trailer does like talk about that at some point they're gonna apparently they're gonna have. Wait, was this in the trailer or was this maybe just a tweet? Okay, well, in the trailer for sure they are gonna have a Nintendo Direct, April 2nd. That's where they're gonna do like I guess no, not I guess, but they do a full reveal. So that's where we'll
Hmm.
probably find out specs maybe and
Price,
price, actual
hopefully
release date.
release.
Maybe they'll talk about some games that will be there. Maybe they'll have like, oh, these are the games they're going to release with the Switch 2. Um, but also, I don't know if this. I don't remember if this was in the trailer or if it was just a tweet after. They are going to have some like hands-on events that are going to be. I know it's in Los Angeles, New York, and Dallas. I don't understand Dallas. Those are going to be in April. They're called, like the Nintendo Switch 2 experience. Um, I'm looking at the this report on IGN. A short trailer confirmed the new hardware alongside a brand new Mario Kart game, and Nintendo soon after revealed that registration. Yeah, okay, so I guess it wasn't in the trailer. Registration for a handful of hands-on events across the U.S. Begin tomorrow, January 17th, on their website. Get hand. This is what it says, quote unquote, get hands on with the Nintendo Switch 2, the successor to the Nintendo Switch system at events in New York, Los Angeles, and Dallas. Tickets will be made available through a free to enter, randomly selected drawing. Let me see. Registration begins at 12 noon Pacific uh, on January 17th, runs until 11:59 p.m. local time on January 26th. The results of the drawing will be revealed soon after. Those eager to participate will need a Nintendo account and have to be at least 18 years old. Um, Nintendo hasn't announced what games will be playable. Probably just Mario Kart, I would assume, right? Like, why would they have
Probably.
any other games?
I wouldn't be surprised if it fucking Metroid in there
I mean,
for
you
the people
know,
to test it out.
the New
Because
York
that's
event,
also this year.
it says right here, the New York event will be from April 4th to 6th. The Los Angeles event will be from April 11th to 13th, and Dallas from the 25th to the 27th. Only U.S. residents, America, U.S. residents are permitted to apply for a ticket. Oh, I don't know. Oh, wait, no. So, right, I'm looking through here. This says they're going to have something in Toronto, Canada, European locations from Paris, London. So they are going to do other stuff like around the world. I don't know. I mean, are you guys going to try and register to try and? Oh wait, no, you guys can't. Duh. You guys are important. You'd have to like drive down to LA or something. Never mind.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
that. Yeah. We check out the aftermath.
I mean, I might actually try to register. Why not, right? You never know. Maybe I could actually get a hands-on event or hands-on experience with this thing and report back on our podcast.
Yeah, did you say who? You know who the fuck we are? We're fucking Game Changer podcast. We need to be in here
I
to.
know. I'm gonna go there. Like, you know who I am? I am Everett, host of the Gaming Chamber podcast. And then it's gonna cut to
Oh,
me being thrown out, jazz style from Fresh Prince of Bel Air. That's a reference for the old people out there. All
Yeah, you're
right.
old.
what's
Yeah.
the new one that what the one that came out like a few years ago, right?
No, wasn't that one just called Bel Air?
I don't know, man.
It was, and it
That's what
was like it
apparently.
was drama, not a comedy, right? It was, yeah,
Yeah,
it was
right.
drama.
Yeah, people got shot and shit. I think, right, or something crazy.
Yeah, I think that one was just called Bel Air. The one with Will Smith was called Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and he only slapped people on that one. All right, so let's move on to like more stuff. Here's a like a bigger conversation we could have. So one thing that they noted, it was in the trailer, but they also had like a tweet about it. The Switch 2 will be backwards compatible with Switch games. Not fully backwards compatible, apparently. It is dependent on some games. I don't really know the criteria though on why a game
It's like
would
the
or would
games
not.
that
I mean,
use
like the
the
Labo and shit like that.
yeah, like
Probably
that one
games that,
fucking
yeah.
ring game. Yeah, like there's like you had to like exercise with the ring or something. That's not backwards, so it
Yeah, I
shit
saw
wouldn't
some
do that.
people that were like, yeah, specific things like Ring Fit Adventure and stuff are probably not going to be able
Yeah.
to be to work because of, yeah, like,
The Joy Cons, because it's like it was specifically like the Joy Cons go inside the Ring Fit, so it's like, yeah, those probably aren't gonna work.
yeah. But I mean, if that's what it is, if you're able to play obviously, the big hitters, then I think we'll be fine.
Yeah,
The
no
main
one's
thing
gonna
is,
care if you have to buy. I mean, people might bitch, but I mean, it's like, no, hey, dude, that.
ooh, there goes your dog.
Yeah. Okay, Dundee, you're done. You're
Special guest appearance by Dundee. Yeah, I don't think people are gonna care. People are still gonna bitch, but like if you're like, oh, you can't play Ring Fit Adventure or yeah, Nintendo Labo or something. But hey, if I'm able to just keep playing fucking my Legend of Zelda games and the Mega Man games that I bought on the Switch and various other games, Mario games, whatever, cool. And then I get to play the newer games.
no one's
I
gonna
mean,
care if they can't play Mega Man.
I will always care. I mean, I could play it on
They're
my
like, thank you,
Xbox.
Nintendo. Oh,
Fuck you. How about that?
you wish.
How about that? So, actually, you know what? With that being said, let's go ahead and use this as as a chance to transition into, I guess, more hopes and stuff, like what we hope to see, and then afterwards we'll talk about what we expect to see, I guess, maybe. So obviously we had talked about this. We were hoping for backwards compatibility with obviously the Switch. They've confirmed it. But do you think they'll do the thing kind of like Xbox did? Obviously, maybe not to a full extent, but where it's like, oh, if you play a Switch game, it's gonna run like better, like performance wise. Or do you think Nintendo's just like, no, why would we put in the work?
Yeah, I mean that'd be cool, but I just don't know if their hardware can like handle it or do that. But it would be cool if they do that. I mean,
Well,
I'd like that.
so the speculation like is, or like from the leaks, is that these the Switch 2 is like as powerful as like
A PS4 Pro.
PS4, Xbox One, like that gen. So I mean, you think that they're gonna maybe focus on performance more now? I mean, because Nintendo's never been like, oh, let's make games look like super realistic. Their art style's always been like king, and like, you kind of can't do much more with, you know, 1080p, 4K, or whatever it is. Things like that. So I would assume, or not assume, I guess I'm just hoping that they're gonna focus more on performance. So that way, like, if the next Zelda game, or when the next Zelda game comes out, that's maybe like an open world one, like Tears and Breath, that it's 60 frames per second.
Yeah, like that's all I want them to focus on. I don't need graphic and I don't need graphical like focus for this. I need them to focus on yeah, just frame rate. That's all they need to focus on is just frames. Nothing else.
Yeah, no. I mean, JJ, what about you? Like, is that going to be important if they go with like, oh yeah, no, we're prioritizing performance.
It'd be nice, but again, I don't. We never really played Nintendo for that. No, like I would like to see like a super clean like Metroid Prime 4. That'd be dope as
See,
shit.
I think games like Metroid Prime 4 probably is going to run at 60 frames. Just like Mario
Even
games have been
Pikmin,
running
like
at it.
Pikmin, I don't doubt like all Nintendo games will be running 60. All the other ones would be meh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty positive because like Metroid Prime 4 is probably not going to be as graphically intensive, or maybe not intensive, but like, it's not going to need as much to run as like a Breath of the Wild or something, because it is, I'm assuming, going to be more linear. I mean, it's a
I hope
Metroidvania.
so. I mean,
Yeah,
they could make it open world, but
yeah.
um,
It's obviously going to be more exploration based. It's a Metroid game, but it's not going to be open world. So I would assume that like that, it doesn't need as much, so it can run at 60 frames. It is a first person shooter, the Prime series, so kind of needed to run it 60 frames. I said 30 frames, didn't I? I mean 60 frames.
yeah.
Uh, but like, yeah, those are the games I'm more concerned about. Is like when they do more of the Zelda games, if they continue to at least doing open world style Zelda games like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I want them to run at 60 frames because okay, cool. If they're like, oh no, it's gonna be at 4K. That's nice and all, but I like my frames. I like my performance. That's why that's one of the things I like about the Xbox Series X. Is a lot of the games are just 60 frames. I'll suffer through it. I suffered through it for Tears at 30 frames. Hell, I suffered through 30 frames per second on Starfield, but I don't know. JJ, is there any other like hopes that you want with the console?
I think so. Not that I can really think of. I really want it to look good, play good.
I mean, yeah,
Maybe like I'm trying. I don't know. Maybe more incentive stuff with using the motion controls a little bit. I know, but I know some people hate motion control shit. I kind of like a sucker for like, I guess Metroid Prime when that came on the Wii. That was pretty fun using the motion controls.
So actually, I've seen some people speculate because in the trailer, I think it was just for like a nice little like dramatic effect, but like that at one point they show the Joy-Cons like being like they're like on like you know like a ground or some kind of surface like sliding toward the console. That like
Yeah, they got
maybe
a mouse thing, right?
yeah, that maybe like it's gonna be used like you could use them like a mouse. So I mean, I wouldn't put it past Nintendo to do something like that. They always want to like let's just put something in there, just to like some crazy shit that maybe like 3 games will use, but we're still gonna do it. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them, but I mean, you're talking about like some kind of new like innovation or something, some new like feature. That could
Yeah.
be it. Who knows? I don't know. Devin, would you like something like that?
I mean, it's cool. It sounds cool. Like I don't know. Like I mean, obviously, you don't want your hardcore games, but I mean, I really enjoyed Arms. Like I liked playing that. Like that was fun for me. Like and that was. I mean, you could use regular controls for it, but using the motion controls for Arms was a lot of fun. So I like that.
I mean, the only time I really use like the motion controls for there's 2 games I use the Joy-Con like I guess as they're supposed to be used. Pokemon Go or not Pokemon Go, Pokemon Let's Go, like at Eevee. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. You can use one Joy-Con and it's like, oh, you flick it to like throw the Pokeball and all that stuff. And um the Skyward Sword HD or whatever. Like it was just easier to play the game instead of using the stick to like attack and all that stuff. It was kind of easier. Yeah, and I mean the
Mhm.
Joy Cons are better than the Wiimote and all that stuff, so it just made it a little easier to play the game. But I don't know. I didn't really like I never used the Joy Cons like that for their extra features. They were just like I mean I didn't even use the Joy Cons really like to play games. I bought a Pro controller and would just that's what I used. I guess the main like extra feature I use is the NFC thing for I'm forgetting what they're called. They're little toy figures,
The amiibos.
the amiibos. But like I bought like a set of Zelda like amiibo cards just so I could like use them in the Zelda games to get the extra stuff. That's just yeah. So I'm not. I don't know if there's like if that it does turn out to be true that you could be use it as a mouse. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah. Well, but I'll use it like twice maybe, and that's it. So. I don't know. Devin, what about like you for some hopes or like what you want to hopefully see in the console?
I mean, I know JJ was talking earlier about the possibility of like the docks being interchangeable. I'm kind of hoping the dock does like do something in terms of either I don't know if it does something, whether it's boosting like the performance or just anything. Because for me, like I honestly play my Switch right now like 99% in handheld mode, just because like I feel like I don't know smaller screen and it's like not the best graphics, so like there's an incentive for me to dock it and have it play to the TV because I don't know, games just run at a faster frame rate or higher resolution. Like if the dock actually does something, that would be kind of cool. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to be too bummed about it. Like it's going to be whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it would be cool if the dock was like a
Like we're just talking about like dream wish list. Like I'm not expecting it,
No,
but
I
that
know,
would
I
be
know.
something that would be pretty cool for
I
me.
just, I don't know. I just, Nintendo's not that type
That
of
would make
company,
sense, you
unfortunately.
know.
It would make
Doc make it
sense.
better.
It
Like
would make sense. Like it's like, oh, you know what? Hey, this dock actually does something instead of just a means to project. It's like actual like part of the console now. But hey, if you don't want to use it, you could still play in handheld mode. Like, yeah, I would like that where it's like, I mean, because I mean the Switch does do that already, doesn't it? Like there is like if you play it in docked, it's like oh 1080p, but if you play it in handheld, games would be like 900p. But I think that's just based off of because, you know, the screen on the actual console is not 1080p or whatever. Like they just chose to not do that. Whereas like if it was like, oh yeah, if you play like I mean, obviously you could get 1080p screens for, you know, tablets. You get I guess even 4K screens apparently for some smaller devices and stuff. So if they were like, oh yeah, if you play in handheld, it's gonna be 1080p, but if you play it in docked, like and the dock actually does something, it's in 4K. I mean, like, no, that is something that would be very, very cool. But this is Nintendo. They don't do they don't do the like thing that's like everybody
Like,
wants.
fuck you.
They do they
We're
march
just talking about system. We're not talking about games, right? We're just talking about for the system
yeah for
itself.
the system.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Nintendo marches to the beat of their own drum. They always. I mean, if Nintendo really did like just straight up listen to fans, like you would see stuff like basically all the exclusive games or Nintendo published games that were on the Wii U would have already been on the Switch.
I mean,
Like
most of them are.
yeah, but like you're missing some games like the Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD stuff, and I think no, it's on there now, like a
F
Donkey Kong
Zero's
game,
kind of
right?
crying over the core.
Hmm?
Well, F Zero's crying in the corner.
Oh my God. Yeah, right. Like, but yeah, no, I mean, so all right. Let's see. So that was like hopes slash wants. Now let's go into what we think is probably going to be like either part of the console or what's going to happen with the console, like, you know, release date and probably price. So I don't know. Devin, we'll start with you. When do you think they'll probably release it? Like
I
ballpark.
mentioned earlier, I would say like September to November. I don't remember when the Wii U was released, but I remember the Wii was released like before Thanksgiving, like because I remember waiting in line out in the cold for that. So like I remember that. So I just feel like and you always want to get before that holiday release. So I would say that's when they're going to release it. Would be if I had to guess a month, I would guess November, but I would say anywhere between September and November, just because they're showing it off in April. You're going to want to give it some time to like build up some hype around it and get the marketing out and stuff for that. So, and if you wait until later in the year, like September, you'll be able to advertise during like football season, during the World Series, during beginning of NBA season. So like for American markets, like that works out well. So
What about you, JJ? When do you
I
think
don't
they
know.
might?
I feel like it's gonna be a little sooner. I think because since the Switch came out in April, like was it May or something? April, May.
I
I feel
want
like
to say
maybe
April.
I was saying like I was thinking like maybe summertime. That'd be kind of sick.
See, I was thinking August.
Yeah, I think like July. Yeah, August is,
No,
seems like a fair
I think
deal.
July might be a little too early. I think August is probably like prime to like let's sell a console this time at this point, and you could still get in before the holidays, but still act like you're in the holidays. Like especially once everything starts rolling, like the actual holiday season. I think August is probably when they would release it.
And I just feel like Nintendo just wants to just I think just drop it. Like, oh by the way, not like the day of the thing, but like do it quick. Like, oh by the way, it's coming out soon. Like, oh shit, you
And
know?
yeah, and that's what I mean. I think that's why it's August because as I said earlier, Like they march to the beat of their own drum. You think, oh yeah, the holiday, this and that. But like they've never been that type of company to care about that kind of shit. They're just like, yeah,
Like,
here it is.
we'll sell. We'll sell. No
Yeah,
worry.
because they know it's gonna sell. Like, didn't we talked about it right recently? Like the Switch is now the second best selling or the best selling, like in the US at least, like the best selling console of all time or the second best selling console. We talked about it, I think, in the last podcast, or at least maybe two podcasts ago. That yeah, the Switch 2 is just gonna do the same numbers basically, most likely. Like it because it appeals to such a wide audience that I think you can release it in August, and then you're gonna get people like me who or us or whatever. They're like, we have to have it because we want to have the shiny new toy. Then you're gonna get people who are, like the casuals who are like, oh cool, yeah, I'm gonna buy the new Nintendo console and stuff like that. Because it's just out there. Like
Yeah.
Nintendo kind of doesn't even need to advertise. Like everyone knows Nintendo. My mom, God rest her soul, knew Nintendo. Like, you know, I mean
Every
the joke,
console was Nintendo.
yeah, I would say
Mhm.
the joke is every console is a Nintendo. Like,
That's
so
what
yeah,
like people would come in and be like, "My kid's got a Nintendo." Coming to GameStop, like, do they have a Nintendo, or are you just stupid?
saying that, yeah. Like, do they have a Nintendo? No, this is an Xbox One X. This is not a Nintendo.
People come in and be like, "I need to get Mario for the Xbox." Like, the fuck you
That's
do?
like the fuck you are getting that.
Then we upsell them the fuck out of Rayman, right? Legends.
Hmm.
Like you want to get this.
They're like,
Like
"No,
you
my
also want
kid
to get the
said
special
Mario's
edition.
on Xbox," and I'm like, "Well, I'd be like, "Well, your kid has Down syndrome then."
Like, well, your kid is a fucking retard then. Like,
Like, yeah, I'm like, yeah.
where are you going? No, I need to sell you something. Yeah. Okay, okay, that's what we think. What about price point?
400.
I was gonna say the
400.
same. 400. I was gonna say
400.
400 too.
The current one is what, three? Well, now they bumped it up by $50, right? 350, or is it still just 300?
I thought it was 300. Yeah.
It's still
Well,
just 300.
it was
Honestly,
350. The Switch OLED wouldn't launch. I mean, like, if you think about it, like, it's not bad because the Switch OLED was $350 when it launched. So I mean, like, $400 for a more souped up
Yeah,
system, like, that's not bad.
yeah. I was
I mean,
thinking the same
even if
thing.
it's 450, it's fine. But like 450 would be a tough sell, and especially if you get closer to that 500 range,
it's like
people are gonna be
okay.
like, "This better run like a fucking Series X if you're gonna like have that much. Like if you're gonna charge me 450, or if you're gonna give me like 450 to 500, like this thing better have some nuts on it."
No, I think $400 is the exact amount they're going to sell it for. I think they're going to
Yeah,
sell it for $400. Like Nintendo's always been the console makers that are like, oh yeah, we'll sell you something. It's
Mhm.
it's $200. Don't worry about it. Just give us $200. Stuff like that. Like they don't sell their consoles for exorbitant prices like the other two do, like Microsoft and Sony. They're the ones who are like, we'll be cheaper, but like we're just letting you know now, our games are never gonna go down in price. That's where they make their money. It's like I look and I still see Breath of the Wild, which is what the when did the Switch one come out? 2016?
Yeah. The 20. It's like
I
2017, right?
thought it was 2016. 2017?
Yeah, because was it yeah, 'cause, like I just started now, but we seeing like Mario Odyssey and Legend Breath of no, not Breath of the Wild. Yeah, Breath of the Wild. Like now they're going on sale. And the games never go on sale. You know.
Yeah, no, no, Breath of the Wild. It is they lowered the price, but it's $50. It's not $60. Like, yeah, they don't lower the price of their
I think the
their
one that only
games
goes on
ever.
sale mostly is Kirby, the
Oh,
Forbidden
okay, I'm
Land.
looking. Yeah, 2017. You're right. 2017, JJ.
I know I was
Came out.
right.
Ah, fuck you.
No, because I pre-ordered it at my GameStop and then I sold it to my friend.
I love that stat about like the Switch and Breath of the Wild, that there was more people that owned Breath of the Wild than that own the actual Switch. Like they were just like, I have this game for when I can get the Switch, but I need a Switch. It's that meme like, oh, and this is the game I have for my Switch. If I had one. Um, yeah, 400 seems about the right price though. Like it's, you know, I think I think Nintendo's willing to sell at that price too, because as I said, they're gonna sell. Like they're gonna sell probably, you know, more units than the other two. So they're willing, like they're gonna make their money back. It's not like Xbox where it's like, oh fuck, we sold 30 billion units this gen, you know, then or even like PlayStation, like this gen, PlayStation 5, I think they're at what, 50, right? 50 million or something? Or maybe 40,
Something like
between that
that.
range. Like they're not selling as well as they were for the PlayStation 4, which did hit over 100, right? I have to look it up, but yeah. It's just like Nintendo Switch 2 or just Nintendo consoles except for like the Wii U are pretty much guaranteed to like make money. As far as I can tell, like remember, maybe the GameCube might have been not like a great seller,
I think the GameCube
Well,
still sold a ton.
but I think comparatively, like it's still like not great compared to
I
like
mean, it's
the
still
other
better than the Wii
consoles.
U.
Oh fuck. Yeah, that Wii U.
but I wouldn't be surprised if it sold more. Like, yeah, it still did pretty good because like from the N64 to GameCube graphics is kind of nutty.
Hmm.
Like consoles now, it's not like a whole big difference anymore. You know, it's just really
Yeah.
just does the console run it like perfectly nowadays.
Hmm.
Can your game you've been working on for the past like 5 years can it run 60 frames?
Yeah, that's the main thing. But so yeah, okay. What was that? Release window, price. I don't know. We were talking about Metroid Prime 4. You guys think that might actually just like they'll surprise announce it as like during the direct, like, oh no, this is launching with the Switch too.
I doubt it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna be a launch, but I think they'll show it. I would just be shocked if that thing is even close to being done at this point. Just because how
Well,
many times they've had to restart it.
it's still coming out this year, so like it would probably come out holiday.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah, that
would.
was
Yeah.
that was supposedly it's coming out this year, right? So
Yeah, it was announced like last year.
I mean,
Where I
that
called,
how long
which
is
I
it?
called actually.
Look again. When I said
They said it was only for the end of
that's what they
2024.
said.
Blah, blah,
Stuff that
blah,
was
blah.
only coming out between a certain time frame and that game coming out this year was out of the time frame. Yes, you were right, but you shouldn't have been right. I don't know.
But I was.
I mean, okay,
But I
so Metro. No, I honestly, yeah, because yeah, they said it's coming out this year. I do think it's going to be a launch title. I mean, you have what, Mario Kart 9, Metroid Prime 4. Maybe you have a new Donkey Kong game. They just released today, right? Donkey Kong Returns HD or something on the
but
Yeah.
Switch.
I don't.
eh.
I doubt I would be shocked if they were like, oh, another Donkey Kong game is coming out after like two Donkey Kong games in like the same year.
Yeah, but a
I
brand new one.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if it's a different, maybe if they're doing a like a Donkey Kong 64, like a 3D one, not a side scroller, I
Or
could see
Oh,
that.
actually, what if they do like a Donkey Kong Breath of the Wild style game, like they did with Kirby? Remember that? What was it called? Kirby.
Or just
Rubber
do
Land.
Donkey Kong 64. Like that's what we want.
Yeah, amen, brother.
I don't know. I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm
Donkey Kong
thinking like.
64 is already like kind of like an open world already.
Oh, I don't know. I've never played it, so
Oh,
I'm not a huge Donkey Kong fan. I like Donkey
if
Kong
you played
Country.
this one, you would be. If you did, you.
Like if you play this one's gonna get you, man. All of a sudden, you're gonna want to buy Donkey Kong everything. Like
Yeah, Donkey Kong 64 was really good. There was just some
It's on the
bullshit moments in
It's
there.
like it's
it's
buggy
on
as
the
fuck, dude.
Switch.
Right?
It's on
It's
the
good.
Switch Online stuff,
It's
right?
buggy as fuck. There's a billion collectibles, and then there's some things that are just like time limit. That time limit, I remember on the original 64, like we have to like round up the beavers or whatever,
Oh,
and the
dude,
time limit was just nuts on that.
not forgiving, dude. It's just fucking terrible. Just like you're like a 10-year-old kid trying to do that, dude. Good fucking luck.
What- Is Donkey Kong 64 on the Nintendo Switch
I
Online
don't
stuff?
know.
I
I'll
know it
have
was
to
on
look it
Wii
up.
U. I know that. I bought it on the Wii U shop or whatever.
I'll have
But
to
yeah,
look it
so
up.
if they did a new Donkey Kong open world 3D platformer, that'd be cool because obviously they've only done one. That'd be fun. But I do think there's going to be a new Mario, like whether it's Mario Odyssey 2 or I don't know, maybe they do like Mario Galaxy 3 or
Oh,
whatever.
maybe
Whatever they're going
that.
to do.
Because what, the
There's going to
last
be
Mario game
the
was
last Mario.
was a side scroller.
Yeah, so I think
Wonder.
the next one's going to be yeah. I think the next one's going to be
Probably Odyssey 2.
yeah, probably.
I
Or
thought
Super Mario Galaxy 3 would be cool if they did a Galaxy one again,
I
but
don't see them
I
doing
thought they were
Galaxy
gonna.
3. I see
I feel
them
like they're
doing
doing
like Odyssey 2. As like,
because
oh, here's
especially how Breath of the Wild was to Tears of the Kingdom, like oh, it was very good. You know, I won't
let's
see why
make
not.
DLC.
Yeah, let's make a fucking $60 DLC and have people
$70
convince themselves
DLC.
that it's a fucking game of the year kind of quality. You know.
Tears of the Kingdom. It shows that you guys really did not play Tears of the Kingdom because it was a lot more than that. And then
I
like,
did. It's called Elden Ring, actually.
oh, okay. So, actually, I do want to talk about like potential games that could be on the Switch. Do you think we might start seeing more like third-party stuff? Like,
The rumor is Red Dead 2 is coming
well,
and Halo.
but
actually,
I was gonna say Halo also.
there was the rumor of Halo being on Switch too.
Yeah,
Memories.
Red Dead and
Yeah,
Halo.
it's really crazy, bro.
But like
Like
obviously
Gears of
maybe not.
War Ultimate Edition on your Nintendo Switch.
If they released Gears of War Ultimate Edition on the Switch too, you know how happy I would be? I would fucking buy that in an instant. I'd be like, yeah, I'm buying Gears of War Ultimate on the Switch
Yeah,
too.
you buy in, then you can play online. Shit on the new fucking people that just bought it on fucking
Then
Switch.
yeah, I'll be like, huh?
Like,
Oh my god, this is what it's like to shit on people? Yeah,
You'd play and you'd still get wrecked.
probably, yeah. You're probably right. I mean, no, yeah. I I know I could just buy like uh fuck, what am I reading? A Steam Deck, and that's basically it if I want to play Gears of War on like a handheld, but I don't want a Steam Deck like that. I'd rather just play on my PC for Steam stuff. I'll probably still try and get a Steam Deck. I know I've talked about it, but
Just wait for Microsoft's handheld.
oh man, like can talked about this with you guys, right? Or talked about it on the podcast. I honestly think the next set of consoles for Xbox, the Series S2, they'll call them the Series, they'll call them the Series X and S2. The Series S2 will just be basically a Switch, and the Series X2 will be the actual console. I think that's what they're gonna do. I mean, that's what they should do, but you never know. No, I don't know. We're not gonna talk about Xbox stuff. This is about the Switch. Um, no, I can't think of anything else to talk about with this. I mean, we talked
New
about what it
Wii
looks like.
Sports. We're gonna get it. Are we getting our new like
Yeah. What do you think
Nintendo
it's gonna
Sports?
like? They do that a lot, right? Like that quote unquote
Yeah.
like pack-in game or whatever. I don't think did they do that with the Switch? A pack-in
they
game?
did have it. Oh, they didn't. Fuck no. I
They
think the
there was some like generic-y kind of like game. Like
I mean, there
what
was
wasn't it
Switch
like one
Sports.
two?
Oh, one
Wasn't
two
it? No.
Switch.
Yeah, that was like one. Then they made like another one. But yeah, 1-2 Switch was kind of like the launch title that like oh look, these are all the things you can do. You hold it sideways, and then like or you can like sword fight. I don't know, whatever
But
it was.
that
But like
wasn't a pack-in. But do you think they might go back to that as a like, oh, here's a game that comes with it to show off new features?
I doubt it. I don't think so.
I don't know because
eh,
PlayStation did that with the Astrobot game to be like, oh, look at here's check here's all the new features for the controller and everything.
They
No?
might. They might not. Who knows? I mean, it's Nintendo. Maybe they'll
I
bring
mean,
back the Mii's, make them a really big thing. Who
oh
knows?
God. Can you imagine if they brought back the Mii's? Not the
I just remember.
Mii's! Not
R.I.P.
the
R.I.P. Mii's,
Mii's!
bro. R.I.P. Ah,
What, you know what feature they need to bring back? Like when you bring your
Bullying?
Switch, huh?
Bullying? Can you bully people?
Can we bully people online? No. You know what I want the Switch 2 to have is that what was it called on the 3DS where like if you walked by someone who had one, it like collected information kind of stuff for like that games, those games that you could like play where it would
Oh
have their
yeah.
Mii's.
I don't remember what that was called, but that was weird.
I want something like that. You know, I want them to bring back the Mii's so we could have what was it called? Me Kingdom or whatever it was called. I don't remember. Me Adventure, something like that. Bring it back, Nintendo. Bring it back, you fucking cowards.
And bring it back where we can fight our Mii's against other people in Mortal Kombat
In
style.
Mortal Kombat. Call it Metal Combat. Mortal Kombat. Okay, me combat, I guess, whatever. Bring me combat, and then like if I walk by, I'm just walking with my Switch in my backpack or whatever. Someone has theirs, and it collects the little shit. Oh, now I can fight their me, and then fatality it.
And then it locks them out of their system for at least an hour.
Oh God,
mhm.
yeah, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that would be something kind of cool. I did like that about the 2DS, 3DS consoles. They had that little like, yeah, you could get the people's if like me's and then
Oh, you like
do all
collecting
that.
data? I'll call you TikTok.
No, I
Oh, you're
like
gonna get
collecting
banned.
like creatures and stuff. I don't know.
Ah,
Ooh, I wonder if actually they might have a Pokemon game as a
okay.
launch game.
Well, isn't that new Pokemon game coming out this year? ZA, whatever.
Um, it's a Pokemon.
Like
It's a
Z.
Pokemon Legends game, right?
Yeah, the new Pokemon. I think it's place in like the Kalos region or some shit.
Wake me up when you guys are done talking about Pokemon.
This motherfucker. I mean, so actually, do you think that how many games do you think that they're gonna do like an in between? Like, oh, it's gonna be on the Switch 2, but it's also on the Switch 1.
Obviously Metroid. Um, I wouldn't.
Well, like, do we think the cartridges are going to be? Is there? I maybe I missed it, but like, is there two cartridge slots, or the cartridge going to be the same size?
From the pictures, it looked like from pictures I saw, it looks like it's about the same size. So I don't think
Yeah.
they're
So I
changing that
mean,
much.
it must just be like registering. Like, it's just maybe registers the hardware to run better. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know.
I mean, like just because it's the same cartridges doesn't mean that like they can't put more data onto it or whatever. I mean, like,
Yeah, or
I,
you download a patch to make
or
it
yeah, like you
a
just
Switch
download the
2
rest of the
game.
game or something. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, that Pokemon. If that Pokemon game releases this year, that's probably going to be on both. Maybe Metroid Prime 4. I mean, but see, here's the thing. Like, I wouldn't put it past Nintendo to be like, hey, you know what? We said it was going to be on the Switch, but it's Switch 2 exclusive.
Well, that's what a lot of people think with Metroid, that it's going to be a Switch 2 exclusive because everyone who had their Metroid pre-order
Oh yeah, that
on
happened recently,
Amazon
right? It just got
got it
like
all. Everyone
canceled.
got mine got canceled, and everyone's got canceled. I had mine pre-ordered fucking like I don't know when I was still living in Portland. So that was like 2015 or something like that. I had it pre-ordered. So
Jesus
that's back when like
Christ. Has it
well
has
that
it
was back
really
when like
been?
Amazon.
Did they really announce it
I
that long ago?
don't, it seems like it, to be honest. Maybe it wasn't that. I don't know. Whatever. It was 2016 or whatever, but still a long time ago. Because that was back when Amazon would do 20% off when you would pre-order a game. So I was like, oh shit, yeah. Like I'll. And it was like, and then IGN was like, oh, before Amazon gets rid of their 20% off pre-order, like you better get in now, like that thing they do. So then I pre-ordered Metroid Prime because I was like, yeah, whatever. Like I'll pre-order it. Worst case, if I don't want it, I'll just send it back. But then, yeah, like I don't know, my pre-order got canceled. I'm like, well, that's horseshit. So that's why people don't think, because they're like, well, it's not a Switch 1 game. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, there's Gordon. I mean, they've already said it. There's gonna be.
I mean, it's not going to affect us because we're going to buy the Switch too.
I mean,
So.
honestly, yeah, it's not gonna affect us. We're getting the Switch 2. We want the Switch 2. Like, I mean, I think we're all in agreement here, right? All of us, day one. Like, if
Yeah.
possible, if we can get it. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it. Like,
I was just saying
I'm
that if you get another one,
you know, hey, Devin, I might have to rely on you because I'm not good at pre-ordering. If you're able to get a few of them,
I'm gonna.
because I know your ass is gonna do it.
Yeah, and if the market's hot, I'm gonna try to get like 20 and resell them all.
Yeah. If I'm not able to, I'm going to come to your ass to make sure I got one. All right?
Hey, whoa! I don't
I
know
didn't
what
say
you're
come
into.
on your ass. I said come to your ass.
I mean, I don't know what you're into and what you do in your spare time,
Oh
but
my
I
God.
like to gouge the market. Make a little
Okay.
extra cash.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and end this fucking episode. We always have to end on either some gay stuff or some just outlandish, maybe
You're the
some.
one. You're the one who brought it. I'm not shaming you. I'm not gonna kink shame you if that's your kink. You do you. It's 2025 now.
It's
You do you.
2025. If you want to
I'm
be
just letting
gay,
you know
be
that's
super gay.
not my kink. Exactly. If you want to be super gay, you want to be super trans, you want to be super whatever, you want to be super straight, do it. Do
Someone is
whatever you
always
do.
calling me gay. I'm not going to name names, but there's someone who's always calling me gay. So you know what? It doesn't hurt me. You can call me gay all you want. I'm not. Put it out there. I'm just letting everyone know. I'm not gay, but I've been
As long
called
as you're not
gay
hurting,
a lot.
as long as you're not hurting animals or children, do whatever you want to do.
Do
You do
whatever you
you,
want
boo.
to do. I don't care if you want to shit on my chest or you want me to shit on your chest.
As long as it's two consenting adults,
Two
go for it.
consenting adults can do whatever they want. Just don't go to a Diddy party. All right, so okay, that has been a special edition podcast for the Switch 2 reveal. I was your host, Everett, aka Two Weeks to Kill You. Blah, blah, blah. Shut your ass up. Go ahead, Devin.
See you, nerds.
JJ.
Yo, yeah. See you later. Till next time.
Yeah.
Let's go
Yeah.
crank some hog.
Let's go crank some hogs. Exactly. Till next time. We'll catch you later.